once she got out to Arizona. My mom spent 70 of her 97 years living in Arizona, so she was out there a long time. She almost felt like an Arizona native, but even though Arizona was home, she was still a Texan at heart, and she made sure that we knew that. We spent many of our Sundays after church watching the Dallas Cowboys. We did that because that's what her father did, and that's just what you should do on Sundays, watch the Cowboys.
That's right.
And they were America's team at that point. I'm not sure if they still are, but they were America's team at that point. Being a Baylor graduate, she hated to miss a game. She was a big fan of both the basketball and the football programs, and she watched the men and women's basketball. She was a big fan of both. In her later years, she also had a good friend that was also from Baylor, and that was Janelle. And Janelle would always make sure and call my mom because she couldn't always keep track of when the games were, but Janelle would call, and whenever Baylor was playing, she would let her know, hey, turn on to this channel at this time so you can watch Baylor. So that became a big thing for them. They were good friends in that way. And traveling to Texas, that was a regular event for us. Every summer, we'd go back to Texas to visit family. We'd be there for an extended time. And that's where I was introduced to things like farm life. My grandfather was big on the farm. He used to grow watermelons. I remember the watermelons especially. I really love those watermelons. They were big. Fishing was a big thing. My grandfather had his favorite fishing hole that he would take me to. And we go to local hangouts such as Arwines Lake. I always loved Arwines. I don't know that that's around anymore, but we spent our summer in Grapeland going to Arwines and also Salmon Lake sometime as well. My mom had become a big part of the local community in Phoenix, especially when it came to serving God and serving others. She taught in the Alhambra School District from the time that she moved to Arizona, like my brother had mentioned. Most of her career was spent as a school librarian. She also served as the president of the Arizona State Library Association, and she also taught summer workshops on library sciences at Grand Canyon College, where my father was as well. After retiring, Mom didn't sit still. She had a lot of love for God, and she had a commitment to serve. Both of my parents were active in the Gideons. My mom was a member of the Auxiliary of the Gideons International, and she served as the Auxiliary State President, and she was also an International Cabinet Representative for 3 years. She also served as the Curator and Archivist for the Historical Commission of the Arizona Southern Baptist Convention. She did that for 12 years, and she received awards at both the state and national levels for that. My mom also had a heart for serving the elderly. She taught a Sunday school class via conference call every Sunday for all the shut-ins. Anybody that couldn't attend church, she would hold a Sunday school class for them via conference call. She had a close friendship with other widows at the church, and she was their designated driver. Not the designated driver for what you would usually think. She was designated driver because she's the one who could drive and could see.
Right.
Both very important things. After cutting back from other activities, Mom continued to volunteer and serve others. Even into her late 80s, she took on the responsibility of delivering food and supplies that were collected by her church and took it down to a downtown mission in Phoenix. So that was just her
So
home.
kind.
It just goes to show that my mom really prioritized her relationship with people and her relationship with God. I can't count the number of friends that she had. Everyone loved spending time with my mom and getting to chat with her. She always had a story to share. I'm sure many of you have heard a lot of her stories, but that was a big thing for her. Having groups of people over was a normal thing. Over the years, a number of people commented to me about how much they enjoyed being with my mom. And as she aged, as Larry mentioned, I also got a lot of comments from her caretakers about how wonderful she was. She had a gentle spirit, and she reflected the love of Christ. As we're here today, I'm reminded about the comfort that my mom got from this place. For many years, she talked about being in this very spot. She talked about her plot here, right next to where her parents are buried, a lot of her other relatives. And she's also comforted by the thought of being buried under the big oak tree. So she was always very happy about the oak tree. But now, I think she would also be happy about what has happened in the spot that the oak tree used to be. Since my dad was a veteran, I'm sure she'd be happy that the veterans are being honored right here beside her. And it's difficult for us to say goodbye. But as Larry had mentioned as well, for those of us that are faith, we know this is only temporary. We know that we're going to miss my mom here on earth, but she'll be in heaven waiting for us. And there's something that Katie found. She had gotten a Bible from my mom that she used over the years. And there was a notation that my mom had made that really made an impression on me. It's inspiring to me. It said that death is not the extinguishing of the light. It's turning off the lamp because the dawn is coming.
Oh, that is
So
beautiful.
we're blessed that my mom was in the presence of the sun. Now, at this point, I want to turn it over to Sam. We are fortunate that we have Sam with us. He's a pastor in Tennessee. So it's nice to have a pastor in the family, and he's generously agreed to speak at the service today. So Sam?